Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday. I'm trying to remember how long I've had this current cell phone that I'm using. I think I got it like sometime between 2014 and 2015. I don't really remember. All I know is that it's been acting lately like it cannot hold its battery, as in I filled it up with battery before we went out to the College Plaza. When I checked it on Tuesday, it was almost like halfway and it just kept going down throughout the rest of the day. We had to charge it when we got home. And so like my theory is that in 2 more days again, it's going to be down halfway because the battery needs to be replaced. This is just like my first cell phone ever. The battery, something was wrong with that too, and it couldn't hold battery no matter how many times I recharged it. So I need to like turn off my phone at some point and then pull out the battery and then find out, where I can get a replacement one and then replace it. Ooh, what did I do yesterday? Okay, yesterday I tried to work a little bit on the grand finale and I felt like it was just terrible. It's not the right angle, I need to rewrite it. On top of that, we left for the appointment, the career counseling appointment, at exactly 9. We showed up at like 9:40. And then I spent the entire time working on the storyboard for chapter 60, and there was a handful of things I had a problem with it. One, it actually turned out to be too short. And two, I felt like there was actually some places I could add things, and I kind of want to go back and like either change the dialogue or add some scenes. Because like there's just one scene where Dola's brother tells Barry and the others to move, and I kind of feel like I want to leave that in because given the circumstances, they cannot be standing in front of him when he does this, or else he'll kill them. But at the same time, I didn't want to hassle with having to draw them relocating because it took away from panels to have to move them. So I kind of feel like I don't know if I want to leave the dialogue and move or not. I kind of want Do T to have that thinking feeling of like, oh, and I thought I could compete with this. I thought I could be just like him, but he's in a caliber of his own. And I kind of feel like that's important. I need Do T to think something like that. So I kind of want to go back and insert dialogue that wasn't originally there. I also want Barry to be impressed that this is the strongest of all totems because he's never seen him before. So I need to go back and add all that extra stuff to the chapter 60 script, and then I can proceed. The one thing I needed to add the most was some type of like recognition that he's back for his family, because like that's what the original chapter 60 was lacking. When I storyboarded it, it came out to 7 pages. When I messed with the certain sizes of certain panels, it came out to like 9 pages, and I left the final page, which is page 10, for a scene of Doso telling everyone, hey, that's him, he's alive. And then his sisters and brother and father being happy to hear it. And I'm considering maybe the best thing to do from there is to just have the next scene be him with his family, because like they missed him so much, and I feel like I really feel like he needs to be a little bit more of a sympathetic character because he hadn't been the first draft I did of that entire segment. He just felt kind of like a bit of a cardboard cutout. So I feel like maybe doing it this way and having everyone happy to see him is good. I don't know. When I got done with that, I ended up line arting the new icon for the Tapastic version. It's going to be Doti, Very, and Dodo. I actually considered making it Do-Mi, but she doesn't really get to do much with them for the majority of the story, because like the story is mostly about her doing her thing and then them doing their thing. So I feel like it makes sense to just make it Dodo and not Do-Mi. And then I'm going to change it. I'm thinking approximately like chapter 30-ish, because like for Live NPC, I don't remember at what point I changed it. I think it was mid-series, because like I think it was after chapter 40. I don't really remember what point in the NPC I changed the icon, but it went from being just Marie and Ivy to Marie, Ivy, and Flora. It's supposed to be like that. I do always intend on changing the icon like every like mid story or something like that. I don't know. I have to decide. After I finished line arting that, Monica got out of her career counseling meeting. She did a mock interview. The lady said she did well, but Monica felt like she did terribly. And then she made Monica do a typing exam. So she had to type in and tell her how many words she can type at a time. And Monica said she didn't really do very well on that. So Her next thing that she needs to do is obtain job hunting clothes. And the Department of Rehabilitation is going to send her a voucher to go get clothes at Burlington Coat Factory. It's right here by the Michaels, in the Orange Fair Plaza. It feels like an excuse to go visit that area again. They said it should show up by Thursday or Friday. If the voucher shows up by Thursday, we can go the same day. Then she has to go see Marianne. But if it shows up on Friday, we'll have to come back later. I kind of want to come back mostly because I have a 40% off voucher for a 40% off coupon from Michaels, and I want to get something else, but I have to think of what. I've been debating on getting another one of those cutting blades, because like that's what we got last time. But then a part of me also kind of wants to get Tombow markers because they have them there, and I kind of want to hold off on that mostly because I really want to like get the whole set of that and not just one of the small packet sets. So I don't know. I'm really debating on that because the thing I want to try is the portrait collection. Last time I checked, they had it, but I don't know how long they're gonna have it for. After we got back, we ate lunch, watched New Game, and then ironically, the first thing that happened was that Nene was applying for the job, and I was just like, I was so proud of her. And like the thing that really got me the most was when she came into their office to see everyone again. They were all happy to see her, right after she was done with her interview, and then she looked at everything Aoba was doing and she praised her, and Aoba felt emotional because she was getting her acceptance. It was a big deal to me, especially when Aoba said it's like, you came at the right time, because she has been through so much shit in the last few episodes, and that having Nene as a support there was a very important thing. And I was just like, oh my god, that hurt me on a deep level. Oh my god, I feel like I know exactly what that feels like. I'm just like, oh my god, that was beautiful. I feel like the way this episode fell apart was when they had the girls get to know that one woman, the new woman, the half French woman. Yeah, when they had them get to know her, that felt like it was very poorly directed. And then they proceeded to poorly direct the new girls entering. I'm so mad they replaced Hifumi with some little like new rival character. I feel like Aoba did not need that. Oh my god, Aoba did not need that. I feel like I don't even want that. I just want to get rid of that girl. I hate her so much. I think that the other new girl, her friend, is in the programming team. I can't really remember. All I know is that they entered together, and this new girl is exactly like Aoba. She joined for the same reasons. She's a little bit behind her though because she didn't join the moment that she got out of high school like Aoba did. But I'm just surprised that Aoba is 19 because she just does not look 19. I don't know. I'm a little upset about this new character being added, but we don't have very much left of this season anyway, so I kind of feel like I'll just let it slide. Let's see what they'll do with it. Hopefully they'll make her likable at some point. They changed the ending theme, which I thought was okay. I didn't notice that the intro was changed. I don't think so. It's probably going to be changed. It's probably going to move Hifumi. I'm mad they even got rid of her for that. They just moved her into Ko's office. I don't appreciate that. I spent the entire day working on the pages. I got them done at like 7 or 8. All I know is that the sun was down by the time I finished them. Oh my god, it took me forever. Because like when we had left for the career counseling appointment, Monaco still wasn't done filling them in, so I had to wait for her to fill them in, and then I had to like detail them, and then I took a break, and then I went back on again, did the backgrounds. And for a moment when I finished the pictures, I thought, okay, I'm gonna add the text tomorrow. But then I was like, no, there's not really that much dialogue going on. I must just add the text today. I managed to get some sleep. I don't know how I managed to get any sleep. I ended up waking up at like 2. I decided to get up at 2:30. Did my usual, made the tea, and then I took the pill. I feel like it's just one of those days where I can really feel the pain in my jaw. Unlike in other days where sometimes I just can't feel it at all. I can definitely feel it right now. I'm trying to figure out how to relieve it. I worked on pages 7 and 8, and then I got done at 5, and I usually just get off at 5, but I was just too tired to wake Monica up so I didn't go run or anything. So the first thing I'm doing today is editing the first 3 audios of this last week that went by. So it's already time to set up the next movie. I feel like it just comes faster and faster every single week. The second thing I want to do is fix those scripts. I'm hopefully doing that after I'm done with the audio. I'm still waiting for a reply from my patient. I'm expecting her to reply to me sometime soon because I fixed the picture a little bit. Man, I think it's everything. I don't really know what else I should have in mind for this day. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to go see Marianne at the wellness center. Monica's getting her shot. And I don't know if I'm gonna end up buying anything at Michael's. I've been spending a lot of money this month. Ugh. Alrighty then. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. I ended up knocking out 3 audio files, and I ended up editing the script for chapter 60. So some of the dialogue has been changed, and a scene has been added to match the storyboard that I edited on Tuesday. I did not manage to complete the script for the grand finale before today, so I have nothing to work on. I'm trying to think of what I can work on when I'm waiting for Monica to come out of both her meeting with Marianne and then her getting her shot. And it's going to take a while. It's going to take like a little more than an hour. I spent like the majority of yesterday just like working on the pages 7 and 8, and I didn't have enough energy to start pages 9 and 10 for this morning. And the worst part is I didn't have enough energy to wake up on time this morning. It was so annoying. I ended up getting up at like between like 3 and 4ish. I barely managed to finish assembling pages 9 and 10 like at about 6, a little bit into 6 o'clock, which is pretty late. I need to plan out certain extras. I wonder if I should do that before I go. Because like my instant thought was that after resting for a bit, I'm going to go back on and try to work on the next set of audios. I don't know how long we're going to be out, and I don't know how long this new video is going to be, so I'm really iffy about compressing before we leave, but at the same time I think that's the best way to go in this case, is to compress before we leave, so that by the time that we get back it's done compressing. I'm a little torn about that. I also don't know how long Monica's going to be coloring in the pictures. I'm going to attempt to try to finish the next 3 audios and then start some of these extras that I need to do line art for. What else is there? Like, I know that there's an extra for 41 I need to do that I have not tried to like work on whatsoever. And it's supposed to be Do Law versus the Snippy, and I have line art for other extras that are also coming up soon into line art, so I'm picking those with me. I also started working on the banner for the Live NPC sequel, and the more I look at it, the more I feel like I need to break this up, but a part of me kind of wants to redraw it because it's a little hard to understand. I really liked this banner, but I kind of feel like I need to redo it. Which is frustrating, so I'm considering maybe going back to its original like sketch base. I don't know if I still have. I think I might have deleted it already. Cropping it from there and then trying all over again. I don't know. I'm really iffy about this. Other than that, I think maybe the best way to go is to just like redraw it again, so it's a little bit more passive like the first one, because this one's actually a very aggressive banner. It's a lot of movement and whatnot, so I don't know. I just, whatever I have free time for. My other idea is that I do have one script. I didn't write it though. Achromatic wrote it. So I'm thinking maybe I should probably start storyboarding that. Make a packet for that and start storyboarding it. The issue is that I don't know if I should do it in mobile or if I should do it in Page, because like I can easily walk over to my Live NPC folder and pull out one of my 12-page storyboard booklets and then try to figure it out from there. So like I feel like maybe that's the best way to go. I don't know. I need to reread the script, and I also need to see how far I can go with it. I don't know. I just it's one of those things where it's like I kind of want to do it, but I also feel like technically none of that's a priority at the moment. But I know I have to do it at some point. So I'm so torn on it. Okay. So aside from getting meat at Walmart, we're also getting cucumbers because they didn't have any at Vaughn's yesterday. We had gone to Vaughn's yesterday to get food, and they missed out on the cucumbers, so we ended up getting pre-sliced cucumbers. We also got some pre-sliced cantaloupe while we were at it. I also need to go to Sprouts and get the chocolate tea, and then we need to hit Target and get the Tim Tams again. We've been kind of like back and forth about what we want to get with our 40% off coupon from Michael's. They only allow the coupon to be used on super specific things. It says so on the criteria on the coupon. It has to be regularly priced item, so that means that the item has to be my item cannot be on sale already. So I wanted to see if the Tombow markers were on sale, because like if they aren't, then I could use the coupon on them. And I kind of just want to get the skin tone set, the portrait set, they still have it because I really want to play with that. Alrighty, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday. We didn't get any of the pages finished before we had to leave. We left at like 8 o'clock exactly. Arrived at the Orange Fair Plaza at about 8:30. The first thing we went to was Bank of America. Monica had a check she had to deposit, and I found a penny at bike racks there. We hit Sprouts, we got more tea, we hit Target, and then we got the Tim Tams, and then we ended up going straight to Michael's. I found another penny, and we wandered around there for a really long time. I feel so like lukewarm about what I want to do, because like I keep thinking about getting into new pens and new products because I'm curious, but at the same time I also feel like I don't want to blow all my money on like getting traditional art supplies. I've been thinking about it in depth lately, and I'm just like, I don't know about this. We ended up wandering around. She found a pair of scissors that she wanted, so we got her this pair of scissors. I ended up finding this art set that I wanted, this watercolor set, and like I haven't done watercolor since I was in college, so I've kind of on the fence about it. I mean, I have an entire acrylic paint set I could be using instead. In fact, I have this leaf project I stopped working on. I could go back and start working on that again. But yeah, I kind of want to do watercolor again. I was thinking about getting watercolor markers with watercolor pencils and watercolors together to see if I can like come up with artwork that I just use all of them in tandem with one another, because they all do things differently. I feel like the watercolor markers are stronger, the watercolor pencils would be lighter, and then the watercolors themselves would be in between. I also feel like I might need to get different brushes for if I want to try to get back into watercolors, because I have brushes but none of them are really like, they all don't have the precision I need, at least for the size of things that I'm working on. And then meanwhile, what else is there? I'm also on the fence now if I want to actually try out white ink pens or markers. I kind of want to just do it still, but I also feel on the fence about that because I have white paint. I just need to learn how to use it with precision. It just makes me feel like, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? I'm so curious about it now because I haven't done it in years. It was just never, financially available to me. Okay, so we ended up going to Dollar Tree after we wandered around a little bit. We did find one set of blue flowers there, but we didn't really like them enough to get them. And then there was someone, an employee, standing in front of it, stalking on the adjacent aisle, and I'm just like, every time. Oh my god. Okay, so we went to Monica's appointment. She got her shot. She talked to Marianne. I worked on upcoming extras. I've been doing all these Q&A extras. I came up with like about 5 different questions. Technically it's 6 because one set of questions they can be easily answered in 2 panels. So I am interweaving those in with other things I need to be doing throughout the story, and I'm kind of excited about doing those. So after where we ended up hitting Walmart, we got steak, we got cucumbers, we headed home, and on our way home, right when we were on La Palma Street, Monica's bicycle got a flat tire. It's the back tire again, and I had to abandon her out there because I had the meat and I needed to put it in the refrigerator. Luckily, her tire popped a lot closer to home than mine did. She didn't really have to go a super long distance. All she had to do was pass Sycamore and then get to Lincoln. That was it. So I went home and I put everything away, and like I'm just so annoyed. I'm so annoyed that we're gonna have to buy another tube for her bicycle, and this one only lasted like 4 weeks and that's it. So now we're thinking about getting tube guards. Tube guards, they run about like $12, $14, $15 depending on what brand and what kind you get. We're thinking about asking the guy at the shop if he sells them and how much would they run for, and then try to get some later, because like, oh my god, this is so annoying. It's just like so annoying. It's not even funny. Just this month alone, we spent a ton of money on fixing the bicycle. I think we spent like over $60. I think we've been in the $70. We're getting closer to $100 with fixing everything. And this is just annoying. In the meanwhile, okay, so when we got back, Monica finished coloring in the pages. It took her most of the day to get that done. By the time she was done, my video was done compressing because I was editing the last 3 audio files of that day, and we just dropped the computer and went straight to bed because we were both exhausted. So I woke up at 4 this morning. I started working on the pages. One page is almost done. I just need to tone it a little bit and mess with the lighting effects. What else was there? I think that's virtually all that one page needed. I also ended up watching videos of people watercoloring, and it was really inspiring. It made me remember what I loved about watercoloring, but I also feel that sensation of like I don't want to go back to messing with the wetness of it. It's kind of aggravating. I don't know how I feel, because like some part of me feels like, hey, this could be extremely exciting if I tried it again. I've learned so many new techniques lately by watching hacks and whatnot. Like for example, I found out how to make a bleach pen, where you take a empty regular pen and you bleach the barrel, and then it gives out bleach. And I'm like, I really want to try that. Oh my god, I want to try that so badly. I'm like, does the bleach keep working even though that it's dried? I've been really wondering about that. So like that would probably be like one of the last things I would use, would be like a bleach pen, and then just do some like white highlights here and there. It looked really interesting to me. I feel like if I make my own bleach pen, I don't have to buy white paint. I could just bleach the paper to the color that I want it to be. I don't know about this. There's a chance that what if it over bleaches itself? I don't know. So yeah, this is where I am right now. I still need to finish pages 9 and 10, and once I'm done with those, I'm thinking about working on the extras for chapter 39 and 40, and at some point maybe work on the grand finale. That's as much as I had planned. If I can get chapter 39, then I can cue it very soon. I really want to do that. So that's as much as I have planned. I know I have to work on some of the extras for 42, I think, because I have one is already colored. I just need to assemble it. Another is line art. I need to assemble it for Monica to color in. I got like 3 of those things for Monica to do. And I also need to take the drafts I did for the first sets of extras for I think for 40, 43 and 45, I'm assuming. 43 and 45. I don't know if I'm definitely going to put it on those though. Is there anything else I could possibly think of? I think that's virtually it. I'm extremely tired. Alrighty then. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. First things first, I ended up completing pages 9 and 10. I worked on and I completed the second extra for chapter 39, so I can upload that now. And I worked on half of the second extra for chapter 40. So all I need to do is go work on that. Alrighty, so Monica went back to the bicycle guy. He pointed out to her that her front tire was also popped too, so she had to spend like $20 something getting both of her tubes replaced. Then she went back to Albertsons and she picked up the organics crackers that they don't have at Vaughn's anymore. She came home for a little bit, we hung out, we ate lunch and watched some YouTube. And then she went back out to get her bicycle and she got, God, what did she get? Was it just lettuce and peaches? Is that what it was? I don't really remember what she got. All I know is that she came back with those 2 things. And then afterward, like a while after when I finished the second extra for chapter 39, we went to Stater Brothers. And much to my dismay, after I had just locked up my bike, I looked and I realized that I had a thorn in my back wheel. And it's just stuck there. I haven't done anything to remove it yet. All I know is that I did notice that for some reason my back wheel did feel a little bit lighter than my my front wheel, and I had no idea it's because it's already been pricked. So I had asked Monica the second time as she went to go get her bike back from the guy to ask him if he had any tube guards. He does have tube guards, so he told her the next time that we come over he can get them added. I'm annoyed because like this means I have to walk my bike back because I have a hole. This is so annoying. I just barely paid for that tube too. That makes me so mad. Let's see. So, Monica's not going to her career counseling appointments next week because the last thing the woman told her was to get job hunting clothing, and she's being sent a voucher to get some job hunting clothing. And Marianne's coming to us on Wednesday, but we don't know what time on Wednesday. So as far as we know, we're not going anywhere except for on Friday. That's when more money comes in. The money comes in on Friday. We're going to Dalpa, that's in Dalpa, Los Angeles, and I believe the first event doesn't start until like 3, and it doesn't end until like 5, I think. So we're gonna see the first event. I believe it's gonna be how to paint a face up, and then the 2 classes after that are body maintenance classes about how to take care of a resin body and how to take care of a Dolphin Dream body. And I feel like the Dolphin Dream body is a little bit more relevant to me because even though I've had big resin dolls, they're not really that difficult to take care of. As opposed to the Dolphin Dreams, they stain like crazy. I feel like that class should have gone first because it's more of a tedious thing. But yeah, we wanted to just go with the first class. We wanted to see the Samika store that will be open about, I think, approximately the same time. And that's virtually it. I don't know if I really want to go and get something from there because at the moment we can't really afford anything. Yeah, so if we're gonna go to Dalba on Friday, we're gonna take the bus. And I always keep telling Monica I don't want to take the bus anywhere unless we go like really early in the morning because like our passes, I think our passes start at 5 or something, or bus passes. And if we go midday, then we lose half that day's worth of value on the day pass. So we're thinking about going to the outlets at Orange, possibly Main Place, then back to Downtown Disney, and then the Anaheim Convention Center. So that's the plans. We're not really sure if we're going to do all those things because it takes a while to just enjoy where we are first before doing anything else. So I don't know. I have to find out. I have to look at the map and see what's capable. Because like the Main Place Mall is a decent distance away from the block. Best case scenario, we can only do stuff at the block. I have to actually see how far each street is from each other so we can transfer back and forth. Other than that, one of the things that we want to do is see the movie Leap. And I don't know if we should see it at Disneyland or if we should see it at Main Place Mall because they also have a theater. Oh, they also have a theater at the block too. We can virtually see it anywhere we want to on this way. I figured then the most earliest showing would be probably 10 o'clock or something like that. So yeah, it really just depends. The reason why I originally wanted to go to Downtown Disney before Dalpa was because I wanted a place to leave our bicycles, and since we're not taking them anywhere, I guess it's not that big of a deal. What else is there? Did I do anything else besides update my YouTube channel yesterday? No, I feel like that's virtually it. I cannot think of anything else that happened or that I want to add. Today we're watching Recreators, which I'm expecting to end already because like they only have like what 23 episodes or something. I have no idea what episode we're on at this point. Token Rambu a little bit later. I know that Knights and Magic, Welcome to the Ballroom, and Kakegurui tend to come out like approximately to one another within the next 2 days. Oh, we'll have to see. Okay, dokie. Alrighty then, I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. First things first, I completed the second extra for chapter 40, and I loaded that. And we also went to the Church's Free Bread event. Apparently too many people were taking too many pastries, so they made a limit to you can only take about like at 3 maximum. And they were also forcing everybody to go in sign-up sheet format. So Monica and I were the second people there. So we gotta go second and get our pastries and bread. We ended up getting regular bread. We didn't bother getting the spicy kind that Monica likes because she's already tired of it. We actually took the toaster down from the cabinet because we haven't used it in like months. Oh my god, we haven't used a toaster in months. Right when we got back, Recreators and Token Rambu were available, so we ended up watching that. The first series I want to talk about is Token Rambu because that was my favorite episode. Oh my god, that was like even though it felt a little weird here and there, I felt like it was pretty well done as far as handling the character's arc. Because like typically if the series usually feels like the arcs are all over the place and you can't really tell who's having an emotional arc and who isn't. This is all about Musuno Kamiyoshiyuki's owner. And I'm so glad I didn't do it as badly as Hanamaru handled Yamato no Kamiya, Susara, and Okita Soju's. I don't know, I found it very fulfilling. And it seems like the episode ended with either Horikawa beginning a new arc for himself or continuing from the arc that we started with because they didn't do a good job setting up Horikawa's arc in the beginning. I'm so glad we didn't skip through this episode. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Other than that, I feel like Surumaru feels like such a useless character. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, like, yes, he's very strong. That's great and all. But, like, he barely says anything. And, like, every time they focus on him for a little bit, it just seems like he just did a show off. And, like, it just... he feels like such a waste to be there. They could have put another character that was more, more dynamic, and he's just there to wet the fangirl's panties, and that's it. I'm sorry, I don't really like him being there. I mean, he's really been there. He's really been part of their team for like one mission, and he really hasn't done much to characterize himself. Nothing but talk Horikawa's ear off, and that's it. I feel like he contributed nothing. I'm waiting to see if they change that by the end of the series. Oh yeah, yesterday I was telling Monica that I could predict Team 1 having to save Team 2 towards the grand finale of the series, and like she was hoping that wouldn't happen. But I think I kind of see it happening just for the sheer fan service of the two teams being together at the same time. But I don't know. It's at the UFO table. They want to pull something like that on us. Alright, so after that, we ended up watching Recreators, and two things happened in this episode. One, Alisteria died. As much as I didn't like the character, I feel like, wow, that was such a pathetic death. I can see why her creator walked out of the room and screamed, because like I felt like, wow, I'm more related to him than I related to her, and I kind of think that was the point of it, the fact that he struggled so hard with this character, and in the end she couldn't win. She was pretty helpless in the end. Second thing that happened was Celestia pretty much committed suicide with her love interest, and the two of them got wiped out. It was really hard for me to place how I felt about this, because like I kind of expected something like this to happen to her, but at the same time I still feel like I really would have preferred Meteora getting wiped out first, because like I didn't really like Meteora. I still don't like Meteora. Of course they need her because she's powerful, but I just hate that character. And the fact that Celestia had to die first made me feel really annoyed. I mean, I honestly didn't expect Rui to outlive Celestia. I actually figured after Momika died that Rui was gonna die soon too, because like, kill all the children, Celestia's love interest really ruined Rui, so like I feel like since Rui's so ruined, it doesn't matter if he lives any longer than this, because like, but at the same time, if they do get rid of him, then all we have left are the combatants on that I can't really do much about. Altair, like Hikayu, is that her name? Yuya, his friend, and then the other dude, what the heck was his name? With Stalker. They wouldn't be able to do much about Altair, because everybody with genuine power already is getting wiped out. So I don't know. I'm on the fence of whether or not I think that Rui would be able to survive the next episode. So I predicted that Recreators would end like next month, but at the same time I think that it might carry on a little longer. I don't know. I'm expecting it to still end very soon. I think it's kind of sad that Celestia asked her creator for her world to have stories and coffee. That's cute, but it's also extremely sad. And I feel bad for him. I feel like he just lost his daughter, because I feel like they were developing like a father-daughter relationship throughout the entire time that they were spending together. I'm annoyed, because like she was still my favorite character, and if you look, the only characters that have received any interesting merchandise for the series are Meteora and Altair, and like I'm pissed that Celestia hasn't gotten anything, and she's practically the lead female. I don't feel like Meteora is the lead female. I'm annoyed that she's gotten as much merchandise as she has. After that, we ended up watching Welcome to the Ballroom. I still feel like the series is taking its sweet time getting somewhere, and it's mostly just this boy trying to figure himself out. So he's working together with Mako, and they're figuring themselves out. It just felt like it was another step in the process, and I almost feel like they're making a bigger deal out of this small tournament than they're supposed to. It's kind of odd how big of the deal this tournament's becoming. They said that he needs to defeat, what's her name? Shizuku, which that was an interesting point, but I also feel like, well, what's he supposed to do? Shizuku has way more experience than him. I honestly feel like I don't see the series progressing after this arc, unless it actually is slated for more episodes than 12 or 13. I could see it wrapping up after they're done with this tournament, because it doesn't seem like it has the strength to go any further, because the material is getting really heavy at this point. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday. We ended up watching the next episode of Kakegurui. It's really hard to decide if I should say something about this episode because it's the first of a few parts. I don't know how many parts it's going to be. I figure it's only going to be 2 parts. But she's going up against this idol girl, and all I could think of is how did I think we could make into a series without running into idols at some point. The only thing I can say I really liked is that they ended up bringing back that girl with the fancy fingernails. Her creepy human fingernails. Yeah, they brought her back and she's supporting Yumiko, and I feel like, I wonder if they're gonna do this with eventually every character that she's fought in the past, make them all join the hero team at some point. I'm trying to decide if I'm interested in the second year guy and that little child-looking girl on the student council, because I feel like they're the ones that stick out the most. Everybody else kind of feels like they're all some type of like basic caricature, and those two feel like they're really, far out there. Other than that, I do not approve of Yumiko blackmailing that idol girl, because I felt like, I know that she was stooping to her level, but I also feel like it just made Yumiko seem really petty. And the way they organized it felt very trite and forced, and it didn't suspend my disbelief. God, I believe Kakegurui is disappointing the hell out of me. Let's see what else happened. Okay, so we worked on pages 1 and 2 yesterday. We got them done pretty quickly. We also hit Vaughn's and picked up some vegetables. I should have picked up more painkiller because I only have 1 left, and I'm really nervous about taking it because I don't know if I'm gonna need it again later. I worked on some of the grand finale. I got the first half of the thing done, and it's a lot more sentimental than it was the first time I wrote it, and I like it so much better because all the characters are getting a chance to say what their resolve is for the end of the story. And starting with Dola, and then Dodo and Doso, and then I have to go to Domi and Doti. Darn it, I think that's virtually it. I worked a little bit on some pictures for Live NPC. What else is there? Oh yeah, so I got the okay to go ahead and start coloring London. So that I need to give to Monica. We still have not had a chance to watch Knights in Magic. So I assume that we're probably going to be able to do that later today. I don't know. I'll take a look into it. We're either supposed to go get steak today or do laundry today. Monica says she wanted to do laundry. I really hope that these next 2 pages don't take too long to do because it's mostly just 3-4 characters in every single page. This is the last recording of the week, so I will see you next week.